Greetings, Bowtie85 here, and we are continuing our formal wear mini-series. We have already discussed the tuxedo in great detail, including its history, its place in today's world, a multitude of accessories that go along with it, as well as shoes. So now I would like to move on to some other aspects of men's formal wear. And we're going to start with the colored dinner jacket. So in my first video discussing the history of the tuxedo, I discussed the dinner jacket, Pierre Lorillard, Tuxedo Park. Very interesting stuff. If you haven't checked that out yet, please do so. But where did the colored dinner jackets come about? Or when did? So, once the tuxedo jacket kind of made its mark, we started getting into jackets for different occasions. So like I mentioned before in the tuxedo video, it was always long coats. And before the dinner jacket, you had tailcoats for formal wear, but during the day you had long coats or morning coats. Some of these coats came down similar to this jacket, but where it rounds off at the bottom, it comes longer and rounds down. You had longer, almost like a top coat style coat, but not as thick or as heavy as like a winter weight coat. So people loved the idea of the dinner jacket for formal wear because it was less intrusive. Why can't we adopt that into other activities? But to separate these jackets from the formal jacket, we start getting into different colors. We start seeing navies and reds and all kinds of different colors. Navies being associated with naval type activities, yachting, boating, fishing, rowing, a lot of aquatic type activities. The red jacket, of course, being like fox hunting, horseback riding. You start getting like into like green jackets for more outdoorsy activity, skeet shooting and duck hunting and different activities. And then we come to the white jacket, which I'm wearing here. I wanted to show this off. That was part of my idea for going in this direction through the mini-series. This is a jacket I've had for quite some time. It is from Joseph Banks. I got it on clearance in addition to an employee discount when I was working there many moons ago. So I've had this jacket for quite some time. About 15, 16 years now, I guess. Not had a ton of use for it, but it's just one of those fun things to have in your wardrobe and break it out now and then. So the white jacket, it came about as a lighter, more summer-friendly fare. It gets really warm in the summers, so it's nice to have a lighter option. And there's a stigma with the summer being for like pastels and lighter colors, so the white jacket fits in beautifully. And as opposed to the tuxedo or the tail suit, it's like an after 6 evening type affair. The white jacket, it can also be transitioned into a kind of daytime atmosphere. So the dinner jacket itself, really closer to like the early 1900s, as you start to see a little more of it, and into the 1930s it really became popularized, with the golden age of Hollywood, a lot of celebrities adopting this style. Even up into the 50s and 60s, you have fictional characters like James Bond, who kind of makes the white dinner jacket look iconic. Of course, we thank Sean Connery for that. You also have affluent stars like Humphrey Bogart earlier on in Casablanca, also making quite a statement with the ivory jacket. You don't see it as much these days. Maybe every once in a while on a red carpet or something like that. You may see somebody just want to be different and have the jacket. You may also see it maybe in a fancy restaurant, a maitre d' or something might have it as a uniform piece, but it really really doesn't show itself as a staple in the men's formal wear world as it once did. I like it because it's just a little different. You're going to stand out from others who are probably just going to do the basic tuxedo if they go that route. Anymore, you see just a nice like black streamlined suit. So it's if you're somebody that likes to have a little pizzazz and show off a little bit, this is a great way to do it. Now I want to show off just a little detailing of the jacket. You can see here I have a shawl collar that is very typical for the ivory dinner jacket. And the lapel, it's just a standard width. And the shawl collar, it just means there's no points to the lapel. It's just a nice rounded edge all the way down to the base here, as opposed to a peak which points far out, or a notch lapel which is just a standard lapel style for suit jackets. Now let's discuss something a little fun, and that is the rule about wearing white. So you've probably heard this before at least once or twice. Never wear white after Labor Day. Now what does that mean exactly? I think there's been a lot of speculation. Some people say, oh, it's just one of those things, it's always been a thing, and we abide by it. Yes, but I like to know where some of these fashion rules come from, so I dug into that a little bit. So, the rule about wearing white after Labor Day has to do with one's class or status. So, the thing about wearing white, when you see white outside of your summer months, your late spring to around August, early September, when you start seeing it into like September, October, or earlier on like March, April, it's usually in your warmer climates, your coastal cities, Mediterranean, along the equator. And part of the reason that is, yes, because of the weather and the temperature, but those who were of wealth, whether it was new money, old money, they could afford to travel. And they would travel from your colder climates, where fall's moving and then the leaves are turning color. They're traveling to nicer, warmer climates for holiday, and they would wear white because of the weather, and they could afford to do so. So it was kind of, when you're in these colder climates, it was kind of seen as a no-no, like you shouldn't be wearing white because you're not this or that. So it's kind of like a nose up in the air aspect to it. And that kind of made sense to me, because if you ever pay attention to some of the people who complain about seeing somebody wearing white after Labor Day and making a big fuss about it, it's usually somebody who has an air about them and has a sort of sophistication, and there's something classier about them, and they hold higher standards. And so that's just, I wanted to kind of share that while I was discussing this video. But yeah, this is the origins of the colored dinner jackets. I'll just show mine off for you guys again. Again, if it strikes you fancy to give it a shot, why not? Just make sure you keep it within those summer months. And as you can see, I've styled it just with the black bow tie, basic lay-down tuxedo shirt. I've got matching pocket square, as opposed to with the tuxedo and I do the white silk. I've got a black one here just to give a little contrast. And then the jacket, you would just do it with a regular tuxedo pant with the satin straping down the side. Same shoes apply from my previous shoe video, but that is it. Hope you guys have found this video informative. Hit me up in the comment section. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time.